Welcome to El Paso Community College Library's online instruction. This session is for integrated research tools and citation using Noodle tools in the MLA citation style for your English 1302 Literary Analysis Research assignment. I'm Ambriz, librarian and assistant professor at the Northwest Campus Library. Feel free to reach me if you have any questions at lambriz@epcc.edu, telephone number area code 915-831-8886. Let's go to the library main page. We're going to go to www.epcc.edu/library, and we're going to click on the link where it says Citation Help and Tutorials. From this page, click on Citation Help and Tutorials. It's going to direct you to our citation tool called Noodle Tools, an integrated research tool that can help you use citation, format your paper, among other things. So the first time you use Noodle Tools, you have to click on the off-campus access link. After you sign on the first time, then you can use either the icon, click here, or the off-campus access link, any of the three. So for the first time, off-campus access link. It'll ask you to verify your credentials to sign on into the EPCC network using your first name, last name, or full name, and your student ID 800 number. If you don't know this number, call the IT help desk to request your ID number. The telephone number is 915-831-6440. Do not call the IT help desk if you need assistance with the Noodle tools. Please contact me or any of the EPCC libraries. The first time, it's going to tell you that you've been automatically authenticated into the EPCC subscription. If you already have an account, go ahead and sign on. If you don't, you have to click where it says Create a Personal ID. It's going to ask you if you're a student, your school location. Feel free to select any of the campuses if you feel you belong to one of them. Not, it's okay if you select Northwest or other. And then your expected year of graduation. If you still don't know or aren't sure, just leave it not applicable. And then I recommend that for your personal ID, you use your 800 number or something that you will remember. Then choose a password, retype the password, email. Feel free to use any email, Gmail, Hotmail, any personal account, or your EPCC account. Then it's going to ask you for your initials and the last 4 digits of your telephone number. If you don't have a telephone number, just use the last 4 digits of your student ID number or something you can remember, and then go ahead and click on register. Once you have registered and you access the Noodle Tools platform, you're going to be directed to the main dashboard, and it's going to list your projects. If you don't have any projects, it's going to give you the option to create new ones. Just keep in mind that each project is an assignment. It's not per class, it's per assignment. So we're going to click on Create a New Project. And for this particular assignment, for your English 1302, you're going to be selecting MLA. If you want to use this for any other classes, just select the citation style accordingly. I recommend that you use your citation level always as advanced, as it'll give you more options for citation forms such as an interview, chapter of a book, among other things. For description, think of this as like a file name in a computer. So something that you will recognize and you are able to find it again, or just your course name and number, the assignment that you're doing, research paper or literary analysis or something along those lines. And then you can either include your instructor name or not. So I'm just gonna do my instructor and create project. Once you create the project, it's going to open the dashboard for that particular project or assignment. You can build your entire paper using Noodle tools. You can add the research question, your thesis, and it'll tell you the history of your paper. You can also collaborate with other people using the sharing and collaboration. But we're not going to cover this part in this module as it's not required for this particular assignment. After this, I want you to click on the top menu where it says Bibliography. Here's where you can start adding your different sources. The ones that we already covered in Module 1, Module 2, and Module 3, that you were exporting your citations from the Artemis database, from the Google Scholar, and your electronic books. From this drop-down menu, you're going to select the type of citation that you're going to create. I recommend that you use book, journal, magazine, newspaper, and reference source only for your print materials when you have the physical copy in front of you. For most of your sources for this particular assignment, especially those covered in Module 1, 2, and 3, we're going to be using database. And then select Create Citation. Then it's going to ask you what type of periodical or non-periodical are you trying to cite. If you're citing, let's go in order from Module 1 in our Artemis Literary Database. It's either going to be journal or reference source. To be on the safe side, select reference source. You can either manually fill everything, or you can select the quick cite, copy and paste a citations, since all of our databases are giving you the option of a manually edited citation. We're going to go to our Artemis Literary Database, and remember, you have your citation tools on the top that you can click on, and it's going to give you your citation already in MLA and APA format. Please check with your instructor whether he wants the URL or not included in your citation. So you're going to copy this, go back to your Noodle tools, and paste it in the first box. The URL, again, it's optional. You can leave it here or add it on this second box. Then you have another box where you can type your citation that you're going to be using, and always remember to give the proper credit by quoting the author. So let's find where it talks about grotesque, and let's say this is the quote that I want to use. For your annotation, follow the instructions according to your assignment, how many sentences it's required for each annotation, and then you can add your quote, and then you submit. Remember, using your own words and following the instructions according to your assignment. If you decide that you don't want to use this reference, you can delete it, or you can duplicate it if you're going to do another annotation from the same source, or you can edit if you want to add or modify something. Always make sure you double check that it's a proper format, the last name, the first name, according to the MLA citation style. You can double check using the Purdue OWL, the works cited electronic sources and web publications, and specifically when you're citing an article from an online database. Going back to your Noodle tools, and then the second database or source that we were looking at, it's the Google Scholar in Module 2. So again, we're going to select Database, Create Citation, and going into our Google Scholar, we're going to be citing an article. So let's look for an article in here really quick, because most of this on the first page were books. So let's say we're going to select this article from JSTOR. We're going to cite it. Same thing. You go to Cite, select your MLA, copy this. You go back to your Noodle tools, and we're citing a journal. In your quick cite, you copy and paste the citation. You paste it in here. If you go back to your Google Scholar, you can click on the article and get the URL. If you want to be more precise, you can select the citation offer from the database. Cite this item. And it's also going to give you the MLA, the APA, and other formats, or you can use the one provided by the Google Scholar. You can use either or. Going back to your Noodle tools again, you add your annotation and you submit. And then the last but not least, if you're gonna do a citation from your electronic ebooks, then you select the same. You select database, create citation, and now you select book. And during our ebook module 3, we saw two options. One, it's our books from the Salem Press database, where you scroll down all the way to the end of the article and you have your pre-formatted citation in MLA. Same thing applies. You go to quick cite, copy and paste citation. You can paste it here. And then if you already know what is it that you're going to be citing, I can find where my grotesque quote was. And I always remember, if you're doing direct copy, make sure you're putting it in quotes, and then you come and do it in your own words and add your annotation according to your instructors. And then you submit it again. If you're doing a citation from our ebooks from EBSCO, it would be the same thing. You select database, create citation, select book, the quick cite, copy and paste citation, and then from the EBSCO database, once you have your selected text, you can do cite. It'll give it to you already pre-formatted. So you select just the citation for MLA, right hand click, copy, and paste it into your noodle tools. As you can see, this citation doesn't have the URL. It is optional for both MLA and APA. So I recommend, just for your reference, that you can always go back to our databases, and if you didn't get that URL, there's these three dots that you can expand and get a permalink. And again, it's not required, but I do recommend it so you can reference back to this article. You can track it back. The annotation, if you want to get a direct quote from one of these electronic books, it might not be possible because of copyright issues. It doesn't let you select copy and paste, so you might have to retype your direct quote. Going back to your noodle tools, let's submit this citation. Again, it's telling me it's in MLA guide. And once I submit this citation, it's going to give me the list of the ones that I have. Those that don't have any annotation, again, I can go back and edit. Once I have all my citations, I can print and export to a Word document. Just keep in mind that when you do that, it's going to download a temporary file that you're responsible for saving into a USB drive or email to yourself, save on your computer, but it's not going to be saved in the noodle tools. But your citations are there and you can generate the document again. You also can print or export to an RTF document, and the same concept applies. Or you can export to Google Documents. If you do that, it'll be saved on your G Drive or Google account on the cloud, and you can always access and modify that document. But any changes that you do to your citations will not be reflected. In order for those changes to be reflected, you have to generate the document again in any of those options. Another thing I recommend that you do is formatting options. This will assist you with formatting your paper. You can change the list of title if you want to call it works cited or annotated bibliography or something else. This is where you can change the title. Page header. I recommend that you add your last name in uppercase to set the header, and it'll automatically add the page numbers. This, I will leave it the same, italics. Annotation spacing. I would change this. Right now, what it's saying is that your citation is going to be followed immediately in the same line by your annotation. So you want to leave it an extra space in there. So click on that and start annotations on a new line option. We're going to leave include citations and annotations, and URLs are included in exported works cited. Check with your instructor. If your instructor doesn't want the URL, click in here and omit the URLs from exported works cited. Again, double check with your instructor. So we've set our formatting options. So go back to your bibliography and then print or export your document into a Word document. Again, if you have a Gmail account or Google account, go ahead and sign on and you can export to that. So we're going to open that document in Word, and it's going to give us already our citations formatted, double spaced, indented, in alphabetical order. So if this is your annotated bibliography, should have everything ready for you to submit. Or if this is the references pages to your actual research paper, you can just copy paste into it. Thank you for using our online libraries.